The content on this channel, Economy of Agriculture, is created purely for educational and informational purposes. All statistics, data, and facts presented are sourced from credible research and public reports. We do not provide financial, investment, or policy advice. We celebrate rockets, robots, and billion-dollar companies. But the one thing that actually keeps 8 billion people alive? A farmer and a seed. Welcome to Economy of Agriculture. From space, our planet looks blue, but look closer, and you'll see it's kept alive by green. Agriculture, the oldest profession in human history, is still the backbone of billions of lives today. In a world of technology and tall buildings, why does a simple seed still hold so much power? Across the developing world, from Pakistan and Bangladesh to Ethiopia and Nigeria, agriculture is not just an industry. It's survival. More than 60% of all workers in developing nations depend on farming for their daily income. Every morning, hundreds of millions of families wake up with one goal: to tend to their land and feed their children. Studies show that agricultural growth reduces poverty up to 3 times more effectively than growth in any other sector. Civilizations were born from agriculture 10,000 years ago, and even today, modern nations rise or fall on the strength of their farms. Agriculture is not just farming. It is food security, economic foundation, cultural identity, and the future of billions. Food security means no one goes to bed hungry. And in developing countries, achieving that starts with agriculture. Right now, 735 million people are starving. Almost all of them live in countries where agriculture is underdeveloped. In South and Southeast Asia, rice farming feeds over 2 billion people. Without it, entire nations would collapse overnight. Africa holds 60% of the world's unused fertile land, a sleeping giant that could end global hunger if fully developed. Africa holds 60% of the world's unused fertile land, a sleeping giant that could end global hunger if fully developed. When farmers grow more, markets thrive, and when markets thrive, entire communities grow richer together. Agriculture is not just one step, it is an entire chain that employs drivers, traders, processors, and sellers along the way. When the rain fails and crops die, it is not just a farming problem, it becomes a national crisis of hunger and economic collapse. Developing nations grow wheat, rice, maize, sugarcane, fruits, and cotton, each crop feeding a different need of society. The farmer does not wear a suit or sit in an office, but without him, the entire world goes hungry. In many developing countries, agriculture contributes 20 to 40% of the entire national economy. No other single sector comes close. Agricultural exports earn billions in foreign currency: cotton from Pakistan, coffee from Ethiopia, tea from Sri Lanka. These crops fund entire government budgets. Agriculture does not just employ farmers. It creates jobs for millions more, in transport, storage, processing, and trade. Women are the invisible backbone of agriculture, producing up to 80% of food in developing countries, yet rarely receiving the credit they deserve. The city looks wealthy, but it feeds on the countryside. No farm, no food. No food, no city. Every dollar invested in agriculture generates up to $4 in economic growth. No other investment multiplies wealth like farming. When raw farm products are processed locally, they become higher value goods, creating factories, jobs, and national industries from the soil up. A strong agricultural base attracts foreign investment, because investors follow food supply, raw materials, and rural workforce potential. Agricultural income generates tax revenue, which governments use to build schools, hospitals, and roads in rural areas. But here is the warning: When agriculture is neglected, inequality explodes. The rural poor get poorer, and cities become unsustainable. Climate change is the greatest threat farming has ever faced. Unpredictable rains, extreme heat, and floods are destroying harvests across the developing world. While rich nations farm with satellites and AI, millions of developing country farmers still use hand tools, producing far less than they could. Without proper roads and storage facilities, up to 40% of harvested food rots before it reaches the consumer, a devastating loss for poor farmers. Most small farmers cannot access bank loans, so they cannot buy better seeds, tools, or fertilizers. Poverty becomes a trap they cannot escape. Millions of farmers work land they do not legally own, making it impossible to invest, improve, or borrow against their most valuable asset. Water is life for farms, but in much of the developing world, irrigation systems are broken, underfunded, or simply non-existent. Young people are abandoning farming for cities, because agriculture offers no dignity, no income, and no future in its current broken state. When prices crash at harvest time, farmers earn almost nothing, while middlemen and retailers collect most of the profits. The system is rigged against the grower. Without agricultural education and training, farmers cannot adopt better techniques, and without better techniques, yields stay dangerously low. The problems are real, and they are serious. But across the world, solutions are already taking root. The agricultural revolution is happening right now. Drones, AI, and mobile technology are putting power directly into the hands of farmers. Mobile banking is giving farmers access to credit for the first time. No bank visits, no paperwork. Just a phone and a dream. Climate-smart seeds and smart irrigation are allowing farmers to grow food even in drought conditions, turning a climate challenge into a solvable problem. When farmers unite in cooperatives, they negotiate better prices, share equipment, and access markets that no single farmer could reach alone. A new generation of young, educated farmers is returning to agriculture, not out of desperation, but out of ambition and innovation. When governments invest in agriculture, through subsidies, research, and rural infrastructure, entire nations transform within a generation. Vietnam was once starving. By investing in agricultural reform, it became the world's second-largest rice exporter in just 2 decades. That is the power of farming done right. Agriculture does not exist in isolation. It connects every single human being on Earth, rich or poor, urban or rural, in one shared web of survival. We all have a role to play. Support your local farmers, demand fair policies, choose local food, and invest in the agriculture that feeds the world. Agriculture is not the past. It is the present, and it is the future. Because every civilization that ever stood tall, stood on the shoulders of its farmers.